Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's actually interleague, but Nashoba is going to be in the league next year. Lintech entertaining Nashoba. Breaking down away for a ball. Jordani Diaz is on the mound. On the inside corner for a strike. Crawford started with the triple. Swanbaugh knocked him in with a base hit. Quickly 1-0 Nashoba. Nashoba's looking for 2 in a row over Tech. Tech is trying to get off a 3-game slide. They were 7-1. They're now 7-4. Hit high in the air to left field. Drifting back, looking back. Bounces on the warning track. The runner at first will get to third. Didn't know whether the ball would be caught or not. Aramo gets the second extra base hit. So it's second and third with nobody out for Johnson, the first baseman. Hit foul to the screen. Hit the second, knocked down. They'll make the play to first. Johnson gets an RBI. Aramo scores, Swanbaugh scores from third for the second run. Aramo moves over to third, and Frazier, the catcher, will be the hitter. Breaks down and away. Hit foul outside third. In for a strike. And that's strike 3. Diaz picks up his first strikeout. 2-away now. Kelly, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Chop, foul. In for a strike. Swinging and a miss. He chased the pitch way up and away. So they leave a runner at third, but they get 2. Diaz back-to-back strikeouts to finish the inning. They started auspiciously with a triple, single, and double. When Diaz settles down, gets a ground out and 2 strikeouts. So Tech has got to dig themselves out of a hole right off the bat. Chris Tejada, the second baseman, will lead it off. Johan Ortega, the shortstop, hits number 2. Playing third and batting third is Jared Moore. The pitcher, Jordani Diaz, will hit in the number 4 spot. Kenny Moore, the right fielder, will hit number 5. Playing first base and batting 6th, Bryce Whitcomb. Savani Eng is catching and batting 7th. The center fielder, Antonio Smith, hits number 8 and bring up the tail end of the batting order. Batting 9th and playing second base is the other half of the Whitcomb family, Nathan Whitcomb. So Tech has to play catch-up. Try to check. Pitched a little bit high, but he swung through it. Strike 1 to Chris Tejada. Gauthier is the pitcher on the mound for Nashoba. Hit foul up in the seats. We mentioned Nashoba is independent, but they're going to be in the league next year. So this is actually interleague play, this one, and it's the second meeting between these two teams. Off-speed curveball drops in for a strike. Good pitch by Gauthier. Wide for a ball. Johan Ortega, shortstop, is the hitter. Richard Germano in his first year at Tech, as they lined it down that grassy knoll behind first base. Richard Germano along with Benji Johns, helping to run the Tigers. Breaks over but low. That little off-speed curveball again by Gauthier. That's the one he got the strikeout on. Hit to second base. Big hop for the second baseman, Crawford. Over to Johnson first. 2 up, 2 down for the Tigers. Jared Moore, the third baseman, will be the hitter. This is wide for a ball. That one down and away goes to the backstop. 2-0. On the corner for a strike. Carthy is a pretty big boy on the mound. Gotta be close to 6 feet, maybe over. Missing inside for a ball. And it's ball 4. So Jared Moore is the first base runner for the Tigers. It comes with 2 outs, and the pitcher, Jordani Diaz, will be the hitter. In the turf. They didn't go anywhere. Now they throw the ball away. I'm not sure why he was throwing the ball to first base. Moore was all the way back to first base. The catcher just kind of lobbed the ball down, and it bounced and went by the first baseman. And Moore goes over to second base. So the error puts the runner in scoring position. So Diaz can help himself get back in the game with a base hit. Hit foul down the right side. Long run for the right fielder. Can't get there. Two outs, one on here in the bottom of the first. Nashoba struck quickly for a couple. Hit off the third baseman's glove. That's going to score a run. They throw the ball home, and it gets by the catcher. That's going to put the runner at third. Diaz hustling all the way to third. So Diaz gets a base hit. Moore comes in to score, and Diaz hustles all the way on the errant throw by the left fielder. Actually, the third baseman out in left field. Second error in the inning. Kenny Moore can get Tech even. Pops it up. First baseman Johnson makes the play. So Tech gets back in it. The walk and the error put the runner in scoring position. Diaz helps himself. The pitcher gets a base hit. Knocks in the run. And Tech cuts the lead down a little bit. It's Nashoba 2, Tech 1 at the end of 1. Bottom 3 in the order for Nashoba as we start the second inning. Gauthier, the pitcher, will lead it off. His team gave him a 2-run lead in the top of the first, and his team behind him made a couple of errors and gave one of the runs back. So that's where we are, 2-1. That one bounces away from the catcher for ball 1. Jordani Diaz starting his second inning of work. Hit high in the air to right field. Kenny Moore drifting over near the line, makes the play. Little basket case, nice job by Kenny Moore. He was off the line for right-hand hitter, had to go toward the line. Made the nice play. 1 up, 1 down in the second. Suero, the left fielder, is the hitter. Swing and a miss. Chased the pitch that was up and in. Way up and in. He ducked away from that one. Swing and a miss again. 1-2 the count. Chop, foul. What about halfway foul and then kick out into foul territory between the bag and the third base coach's box? Swing and a miss, and he's going to make it to first base. So Diaz will get a strikeout. Pasuero's going to reach first base. So unless they turn a double play, Nashoba's going to get 4 outs this inning. O'Reilly, the right fielder, is the hitter. In for a strike. Top of the order, Crawford on deck. Quick toss over to first, easily getting back as Suero. Foul tip held onto by Ang. He took a real big long step, his front foot towards third base, and then thought about reaching across. He wouldn't be able to reach that. He'd need 2 more bats. He did it again. He took the step away and then tried to hit it. I think we used to call that stepping in the bucket. That front foot was almost out of the batter's box towards third base. Swinging a pitch that was on the outside part of the plate, couldn't reach it. Little half swing. Nice play by Whitcomb, the first baseman. He went over, fielded it, couldn't get to the first base bag, but he gets it to the shortstop for the force. Crawford just took a little excuse me swing. And hit that little tap. He's the one that hit a shot over the left fielder's head for a triple. Scored the first run. But good heads up by Whitcomb at first base. So they get their 4 outs. The strikeout doesn't reach. 2 more strikeouts for Diaz. He's got 4 in 2 innings. And it will be 6, 7, 8 for Tech in the bottom of the second inning. Looking for their 8th win. I think they need 9. I think they play 18 games. In order to qualify for the state tournament, obviously. Very nice day at the ballpark. Flag is just kind of floating around a little bit. There's a little bit of a breeze, but cloudy sky, blue skies, sun is out. Still haven't had that picture perfect weather that we're looking for, but it's a lot better than April. We were very glad to see April disappear. Bryce Whitcomb, who made that nice defensive play, ending the top of this inning, will lead off the bottom of the inning. In for a strike. Over but low, it's 1-1. Up and away for a ball. Action as usual going on at Manning Field. I think we have track practice. In for a strike. Bryce Whitcomb, Serie Yang, Anthony Smith, the three hitters for the Tigers. Foul tip held on to nicely by the catcher Frazier. So Gauthier started the first with a strikeout. He starts the second with a strikeout. Fishing for a ball. Up and away. Held up, started to pull it, thought about it. 2-0. Hit foul to the screen. Chased that high pitch that was inside and tight, swung right through it. 2-2 the count. Hit right back to the mound. Gauthier will throw him out at first. 2 up, 2 down in the second. Antonio Smith, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Hit the shot. Nice pick at first base. Swanborn, the shortstop, got to it, threw it in the dirt. Johnson, the first baseman, made a very nice pick at first base. That's a really nice defensive play. So 3 up, 3 down for Tech in the bottom of the second inning. We're through 2 in this inter-league game. Nashoba leading Tech 2-1. Diaz will start his third inning of work, and it'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Nashoba. Swanborn, the shortstop, dropped a single in front of the left fielder, getting an RBI, and then he scored the second run. So he's been involved in both the runs that Nashoba has scored. Knocking in one, scoring one. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. Up and away for a ball. He started out with a triple, single, double. Hit foul to the screen. Hit the deep shot. Going to take a strong throw. Nice play. Ortega, deep in the hole at shortstop, made a good strong throw to Whitcomb, and they throw Swanborn out. That's a very nice defensive play. Looked like it was going to be an infield hit. Instead, it's 1 up, 1 down the third. Aramo hit a high, towering fly over the left fielder's head, almost to the warning track in left field for a double. In for a strike. Solid shot to center field. That's going to be over everybody. All the way to the warning track on the fence. Around second, heading for third. He's in with a stand-up triple. So Ramos got a double and a triple. Third extra base hit for Nashoba, second triple. This one comes with one out. He hit that a ton to left center field. Smith, all he could do was turn around and chase it. Johnson, the first baseman, bounced out second to first. He got an RBI because he was up with a runner at third, and he's up again with a runner at third. Up and away for a ball. He made that nice pick at first base. On a long throw from shortstop to end the second inning. Hit to short. Ortega, he tried to barehand it, bobbled it, lost it, couldn't get control of it, finally did, but he was playing so shallow and it was hit hard. Able to throw Johnson out and hold the runner at first. Nice play by the shortstop, Ortega. Ortega's got 2 assists and a put out the last 3 outs. Fishing low for a ball. Frazier was the strikeout victim. Got caught looking. Chop down the first base line. Diaz makes the easy play, so they get a triple. But they hold the runner at third on a nice play by the shortstop, and then the bouncer back to the mound. And Tech able to keep that lead for Nashoba at the skinny 1 run. First inning that Diaz didn't get a strikeout. He got 2 in each of the first 2. One of them actually reached. So Tech will try to do something about that 1-run deficit here in the bottom of the third. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Tigers. Tech's hoping. It's been a while, I believe, since the Tech Tigers have made the tournament. They got a shot this year. They don't want to end their season too early. They used to be part of the Clancy tournament. They are not anymore. So it'll be nice for Richie Germano in his first year as the coach to make the state tournament. Kind of a lean year this year for tournament. Glasgow's on the bubble. English has to make a big comeback. St. Mary's boys are 1 game away. Glasgow girls probably going to make it. St. Mary's girls, very young. They've got 1 junior. Everybody else is freshmen and sophomores in the lineup. And they've got a shot. So with all the teams we have and spreading the talent around so much, we still got a shot at a few teams making it. Nathan Whitcomb is the second baseman. Chases that pitch in on the hands and swings right through it. High and tight for a ball. Pop in the air. Second baseman played it on a hop, and they throw it away at first base. I don't know what the second baseman's doing. That should have been caught in the air. He went over, looked like he had it. Had no chance to throw Whitcomb out on the bounce. Whitcomb gets a base hit. Chris Tejada was called out on strikes, leading off the first inning. In for a strike. Tejada is the second baseman for the Tigers. On the corner again, quickly 0-2. Once he had stepped off as Whitcomb was trying to distract him over at first base. Missed inside. That one didn't break like Garcia wanted. Chop, foul. Just past the Nashoba dugout. Down and away for a ball. Wide for a ball. That's ball 4. Second walk given up by Garcia. First and second. Johan Ortega bounced out second and first, his one trip. Up for the second time against Garcia. Slices it foul down the right side, down that bullpen area. Just reached for it and punched it down that first base side. A long strike by the Tiger shortstop, who's made a couple of nice plays in this game. Chop to third. They throw it away. Now the runner held up. Now he's going to go. And everybody will move up. So they threw the ball away. Whitcomb will score. And eventually they moved up 2 bases. The runner slid into second base and just stayed there while the ball was out in right field. Then it looked like he might have put himself in jeopardy running because he waited so long, but he gets into third, and that allowed Ortega to scoot into second. So Jared Moore, who walked and scored the 1 run in the first inning, has a chance to give Tech their first lead. Second and third, nobody out. They've tied the game up at 2. In for a strike. Not a lot of fans here, but we got 5 from Nashoba. Looks like 3 mothers came. Chopped to second base. They only have 1 play, and that's the first. So Moore will get an RBI. Once again, Gauthier might want to sue for non-support. Those people from the show, but they told me it's about hour and a half, 2-hour drive. Swing and a miss. Diaz got a base hit off the third baseman's glove, knocking in the one run. Hit to third. Out at the plate. He tried to score on a ground ball to third. I'm not sure what he was doing there. So 2 outs. Kenny Moore pumped to the first baseman, his one trip. So they tied it. They had a golden opportunity to take the lead. And they run into an out. Hit to third. Off the third baseman, stays with it. Bounced it to first, and Johnson again at first makes a nice play. Played the bounce perfectly. Aramo knocked it down and kind of hurried to throw a little bit. Threw it into the turf, but Johnson picked it. So Tech runs into an out. They get 2 runs. They could have taken the lead. Once again, errors helped the Tigers. And at the end of 3, we're right back where we started. We're dead even. We started even, and we're even now. Tech 2, Nashoba 2 at the end of 3. 6, 7, and 8. In the 4th inning for Nashoba in a dead even game. Kelly, the center fielder, struck out his one trip. Right back to the mound. Nice play by Diaz. Took a step or two to his left, picked it with his glove, and throws Kelly out. Second play in a row by Diaz. He ended the third with a throw out. Now he starts the 4th. Gauthier, the pitcher, flat out to right field. Hits it up in the air. Long run for Whitcomb. Doesn't get there. Winds up in the sheets. Runs out of real estate. On the inside corner for a strike. Missing wide for a ball. This is pitcher against pitcher. Diaz against Gauthier. Chops it foul to the Tech dugout. Chop foul again. Third base coach will make this play, is it? Gauthier hanging in against Diaz. Now we got something happening. I don't know if something happened to Diaz. Umpire's coming out. Richie Germano's coming out. The trainer's coming out. I don't know when he stepped, if he hurt his foot, but he's trying to shake it off. Looked like he stepped, didn't twist it, because he says he's okay. It's the lead foot that he stretches towards the plate with, and he was looking, I think he was bouncing down at the mound and all of a sudden just bounced off the mound because he felt some discomfort there. Swing and a miss. They'll have to throw him out at first base. So 2-way in the fourth. Five strikeouts for Diaz. Suero, he was one of the strikeouts, but he reached first. He struck out and the ball went to the backstop. Foul tip held on to by Ng. Good pitch for a strike. So it was track practice. Now they're getting ready for a lacrosse game over there, I believe now. Chased it way up and in. Back-to-back strikeouts for the second time in the ballgame for Diaz. Struck out the last two in the first. Actually struck back-to-back in the second, but one reached. Six strikeouts in 4 innings. I talked about lacrosse. I don't know if it's the St. Mary's girls. A big tip of the hat and congratulations to Cody Butt. Cody Butt she's only a junior. She had a very nice hockey season for Frank Pagluca. Helped St. Mary's girls have one of the better seasons they've had in a while. Her and Maddie Hentosh. And now her and Maddie Hentosh are trying to get, along with the rest of the lacrosse team, into the state tournament. They're 8-8. But the big thing for Cody Butt, she went, I believe I'm correct, she got 10 goals in the win over Arlington Catholic, and that put her at 100 for the year in this year. She's still got some games to go. And more importantly, it's given her 205 in her career to go along with 88 assists, giving her 293 points. So she's got a shot as a junior to go over 300 points. What a tremendous performance by the young lady. She's a great kid, terrific athlete, obviously, 2 sports. And it's a credit to her mother. Her mother is the lacrosse coach. So a family affair. 6, 7, and 8 for Tech. Bryce Whitcomb, Sergey Eng, and Antonio Smith. Whitcomb struck out swinging. Lines it to left field. Coming on the left fielder and almost overran it. He had to reach over his body and reach back over his shoulder to get that hit. Looked like he had it easily, and he almost overran it. So 1 pitch, 1 out in the fourth. Sergey Eng, the catcher, bounced to the pitcher. His 1 trip. In for a strike. Waved at that off-speed pitch, up and in. He swung right through it. Pop foul back to the screen. Chase the pitcher was up and in again, but this time he's got 2 strikes, so he has to protect the plate. The one before that was way up and in. Hit foul, that's going to make it down that grassy knoll behind first base. That one bounced to home plate. Missed wide, not by much. Swing and a miss, he gets him. Third strikeout for Gauthier. Antonio Smith grounded out short to first his one trip. Chops that one high in the air, foul over the Tech dugout up in the seats. Down and away. And I have to apologize, I can't read my own score sheet. Tech got 2 in that third inning. They're leading 3-2. It's not 2-2. So it's not a dead even game. I apologize for that. Right back to the mound. Gauthier will throw him out. 1-2-3 inning, his second in 4 innings. So again, I apologize for that. I should have known. They got 2 in the third inning. So we finished 4 here at Frazier Field. Lynn Tech up 1. It's Lynn Tech 3, Nashoba 2 at the end of 4. 9-1-2 for Nashoba as we start the 5th inning. And again, I apologize for that. If you want to cheat somebody, you cheat the visitors. You don't cheat the home team. I can't read my own score sheet. In for a strike. O'Reilly struck out swinging his first trip. Winds up sitting down in the batter's box, going down, trying to get out of the way of that one over his head. Way inside, and he swung right through it. Way in on the hands. Chased the pitch again for strike 3. 3 strikeouts in a row for Diaz. Last 2 in the 4th, first one in the 5th. 7 strikeouts in the game. Crawford got in the shoulder started. He hit a shot over the left fielder's head to the fence for a triple. Scored the first run. Last time up, he tried to check his swing and got a piece and bounced it to the first baseman. And thinking about bouncing, that bounced the home plate. Whitcomb made the nice play. He couldn't get to first base to make the play, but he threw to second to get the runner going to second for the force and end the inning. So Crawford is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Chops it foul past the Tech dugout up in the seats. Chopped out in front of the plate. Boy, Diaz made that close. He took a long time to throw that to first base. Crawford almost beat it. 2 up, 2 down in the 5th. Third throwout by Diaz. Swanborn singled in a run in the first and scored a run in the first, and that one bounced in front of home plate as well. Last time up, he bounced to short, and it was a great play by Ortega. It was deep in the hole, and he threw the runner out at first base. In for a strike. Way wide for a ball. Way inside for a ball. High and tight for a ball. First walk given up by Diaz. It comes with 2 outs in the 5th. Aramo has doubled and tripled. Hit a high shot over the left fielder's head to the warning track and hit a shot and a half to left center field to the warning track. In for a strike. High for a ball. I don't believe they're not trying to steal second base with the tying run with Aramo up. The worst that could happen is Aramo would lead off the next inning. Down and away for a ball. Way down and away again. Nobody has tried to steal bases at all in this game. Usually, now, as I say that, they take off and run, and they steal second base. The pitch was in for a strike. So a 1-for-1 in stolen bases for both teams. Richie Germano coming out of the dugout to talk to the troops. Actually, to talk to Diaz. We're in the top of the 5th, 2 outs. The walk extended the inning, and now the stolen base by Schwanborn gets him in scoring position, representing the tying run. And Aramo, the third baseman, is the hitter. Check swing, he tried to hold up and couldn't, and he pumps it foul to the backstop. I think it's the St. Mary's girls or boys over there. Lacrosse, they're having senior day. And that's ball 4. So back-to-back walks keeps the inning alive. Johnson, the first baseman, bounced to second and bounced to short. They got balloons and stuff over at the ballpark. So I think it's the St. Mary's girls with senior time. Pop way up in the air. The shortstop going back. What a terrific play by Ortega. That's going to be a base hit and at least 1 run. He went way out into left field with his back to the plate, reached toward the fence in left field, and made the over-the-shoulder catch for a very nice defensive play. So Nashoba leaves a couple. Tech still holding on to that skinny 1-run lead as we'll move into the bottom half of the 5th. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Tigers. Nathan Whitcomb, Chris Tejada, Johan Ortega. They're looking to break a 3-game losing streak. They were 7-1. They lost 3 in a row. And they're looking to get a split with Nashoba. Nashoba was one of those 3 losses that Tigers have suffered in their last 3 games. Wickham was that guy. He got a base hit. He had a little pop-up that second baseman should have caught. He went over like he was going to make the play, and he went near the second base bag, and then he played it on a hop. And Wickham reached, and he scored one of the 2 that Tech got in the 3rd inning to take the lead, aided by yet another error. They had 2 errors in the 1st inning to help Tech get their 1 run. They made a big error on a throwaway at third base, brought the run home, moved the runner to third, scored on a ground ball to give the Tigers the lead. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Over his head for ball 1. Top of the order, Chris Tejada, the on-deck hitter. Swinging and a miss. That was a tough inning for Gauthier. That pop-up that should have been caught. And he walked Tejada, who's on deck, and both of them scored. Popped up. Pitcher gets out of the way. Aramo, the third baseman, said, "Get out of my way, I'll take it." And alertly, Gauthier backed off. 1 away for Chris Tejada. Struck out, drew that walk, and came around to score. He walked, went to third on the error throwaway at second base, and then scored on the ground ball by Jared Moore. That curveball breaks in for a strike. Down and in for a ball. In for a strike. 1 and 2. Tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. He just called an inside pitch a strike. That was just a little bit more inside for a ball. That one actually hit the bat. That was way inside, was going to hit him. He'd stepped towards the plate to get out of the way, and the ball actually hit the bat. We've seen that a few times this year, as odd as that sounds. And that's ball 4. So Tejada draws his second walk. Gauthier walked 3, 2 of them Tejada. Johan Ortega, the shortstop, grounded to second, grounded to third, and the third baseman threw it by the second baseman into right field. A run scored and set up the second run. Down and in for a ball. The runner takes off. You got a big jump. It's popped up. First baseman Johnson can't make the play. He had it and dropped it. Tejada was off with the pitch, had to hurry back. in case it was caught. But Johnson had it, and it looked like it hit the heel of his glove. Fourth error for Nashoba. Down and away for a ball. Their steps off, diving back as Tejada, but they didn't throw over. Takes off, got a good pitch to run on, and he steals second base. First stolen base for the Tigers. Gives them a runner in scoring position. Lined in the center field for a base hit. The run will score easily. So a big hit by Ortega. He's been exceptional at shortstop. So the walk hurts again. That's twice that Tejada has walked and scored. And Tech gets a little bit of breathing room. Hit the shot. They got no play any place. And good hustle on the base pass. Ortega just kept running. Shortstop had no chance. I don't know why he even threw it. Moore is on for the second time. He gets a base hit. Ortega hustled all the way to third on when they tried to throw him out at first. So first and third now with one out. And that makes it second and third. Automatic, nobody covering second. They get the infield in. Diaz singled in a run and bounced into a fielder's choice. His grounded to third. They knocked the runner down at the plate. Hit in the center field for a base hit. Bobbled by the left fielder. They're sending the runner home. The throw won't be in time. Diaz gets a couple of RBI. Tech has broken this one open. They took the turn at third, then they sent him when the ball was bobbled in the outfield. He just kept running. So Diaz gets his second and third RBI. Kenny Moore has popped to first and grounded to third. They're kind of breaking this one open. Hit into left field is going to drop for a base hit. They send the runner home. The throw is wide. He's going to score. Moore gets an RBI. Another base hit. Four straight hits after the walk. And we're going to get a trip out to the mound to talk to the pitcher. Tech had 3 runs coming into the inning. They've got 4, and there's still only 1 out here in the 5th inning. As they've opened this one up, they now lead it 7-2. Nashoba has got one base hit and 2 walks since they scored 2 in the first inning. Tech was back and forth. Nashoba gave him the 3 runs. 2 in the first and 1 in the third, or 1 in the first and 2 in the third. Errors involved, but no errors here. Tejada drew his second walk after an out, and now 4 straight hits. Bryce Whitcomb has struck out and flied to left. Swing and a miss. Arlette is warming up in the Nashoba bullpen. Wide for a ball. Hit in the air, long run for the center fielder. Can't get there, it's another base hit. They're waving Moore home. He's going to score. The beat goes on for the Tigers. Kenny Moore huffing and puffing around third. 5 straight hits after the walk, and 5 of those 6 have scored. Sevier Eng is the hitter. Gauthier was almost unhittable for the first 4. That's going to be a base hit, dropping in a right field in front of the right fielder. Whitcomb had to hold up to see if it would be caught. He gets to second base. They had 2 hits coming into this inning. They've got 6 hits in a row. Antonio Smith will be the 9th hitter in the inning. Hit back to the pitcher. He could have gone to third. He went to first. He looked over. I thought he was going to go to third. He looked at third and then turned and threw to first. So Nathan Whitcomb, who started this inning, popping up for the first out, is the 10th hitter in the inning. He's up for the second time. High and tight for a ball. Six straight hits after the walk. Nice stop. Out at third. They picked the runner off. And Whitcomb is down at third base. So the Tech Tigers sent 10 to the plate. 6 straight base hits. 5 runs scored. It's now 8-2 Tech over Nashoba at the end of 5. 5, 6, and 7 for Nashoba as we start the 6th inning. At eruption by the Tigers. A 1-out walk started it. You wonder why coaches get gray hair with walks. Tejada drew his second walk. Scored his second run. As Tech got 6 straight hits. And they scored 5 in the inning. And they had second and third. The runner was picked off at third base. Oh, they might have got a few more. Way down and in, goes to the backstop. Frazier, the catcher, is struck out and bounced to the pitcher. Down and in for a ball. Swing and a miss. Diaz gave up 3 hits in the first inning. Since then, a hit and 2 walks. 3 base runners is all they've had. That one's in the dirt or the turf. There's no dirt out there except the pitcher's mound. Strike 3 called. Catches him looking for the second time. 8 strikeouts for Diaz. And this is almost a mirror image. We talked about Frazier, the last hitter, struck out, ground to the pitcher. Kelly, the center fielder, was struck out and grounded to the pitcher. Diaz has 3 assists in the game to go with those 8 strikeouts. 2-0. Hit the second base. Tejada over to Whitcomb. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th. Gauthier, the pitcher, has flied to right. Struck out swinging. He had to be thrown out at first when the ball went into the turf. Hit the third. Nice play by Moore. And they'll throw him out. Second 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers and Jordani Diaz. Nice pick at third by Jared Moore. So Nashoba is down to their last 3 outs. We'll move into the bottom half of the 6th. The Tigers leading it 8-2. Diaz has been virtually unhittable since the first inning. Virtually been unhittable in the game. He gave up a couple of bombs, a big triple, and then a base hit, and then a double. Since then, he gave up a triple to Aramo, who had the double in the first inning, and that's it. So 4 hits total, but 1 hit since the first inning. And Arlette is going to be the new pitcher. He was warming up in the bullpen for a while, so he's going to come on in the 7th inning, and he'll face the top of the order. Chris Tejada, Johan Ortega, and Jared Moore. Excuse me, it'll be Nathan Whitcomb. I forgot. Whitcomb was up. Whitcomb was the hitter in the 5th. When they threw the runner out at third, picked the runner off at third. So Whitcomb was up, so he'll lead off the 6th. So they batted 9. Would have been 10 if Whitcomb finished his at-bat. So Whitcomb is singled and scored and popped to the third baseman. And he'll face Arlette for the first time, who'll be starting the 7th inning in relief of Gauthier. So Gauthier goes 5, gives up 8 runs. 3 of them were unearned. 8 hits, walked 3, struck out 3. And he's on the hook for the loss. Up and in for a ball. High again, 2-0. That one bounced. And it's 3-0. On 4 pitches, Whitcomb was on for the second time, drawing a walk. Four walks for the Tigers. The last 3 have scored. Chased that pitch. He needed a longer bat. He couldn't reach it. Way up and away. Tejada struck out, walked twice, and scored twice. Chop to short. They get the force at second. That'll be it. Ortega hits it to third. They get 1. They won't get 2. But that's a nice play by Aramo, the third baseman. That was hard hit. He had to reach across his body to pick that one. Ortega's on for the 3rd time with the fielder's choice. An error, a hit, and a fielder's choice. Jared Moore has been on twice. Ortega steals second. Jared Moore walked and scored, bounced out, getting an RBI, singled and scored. So he scored 2 and knocked in a run. Safe at third. He took off. The pitcher didn't bother checking him out. He was off the bag. He just took off. And the pitcher was late, realizing he was going. And he steals third. On the inside corner for a strike. Nice play by the third baseman. If that goes to the shortstop, it's a base hit. 2 nice plays by Aramo in the inning. Tech gets a runner as far as third. Knocked down there. So we finished 6. Nashoba down their last 3 outs. They need a very big 7th inning. It's 8-2 Tech after 6. 8, 9, and 1 for Nashoba in the 7th inning. Suero has struck out but reached, and then struck out and didn't reach. The bottom 2 in the order have been up 4 times, and they struck out 4 times. Hit way up in the air. Tejada, the second baseman, makes the call and makes the play. So 1 pitch, 1 out. high over the head of O'Reilly, the right fielder. He struck out swinging twice. Hits that one. What a play by the shortstop. Ortega goes to his right across his body and spears and takes a base hit away from O'Reilly. He has been outstanding at shortstop. He's made some big plays, and that's an ESPN highlight. That's a great play. 2 away for Crawford. He tripled and scored, leading off the ball game. Then he tried to check a swing and bounced it into a fielder's choice, first baseman to the shortstop covering second. And he bounced to the pitcher his last time up. So he's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Hit in the air to center field. Coming in, making the play, a 1-2-3 inning. Outstanding performance by Jordani Diaz. He retires 9 of the last 11. 7 in a row. Pitches a 4-hitter. Walked only 2, struck out 8, gave up those 2 runs in the first inning and shut everybody down after that. After the first inning, 3 hits, a base hit, and 2 walks were all that Nashoba could get off Diaz. A triple, a single, and a ground out gave him 2 runs in the first inning, and that was it for Nashoba. Tech got a run back. Jared Moore drew a walk, went to second when the catcher threw it by the first baseman trying to pick him off, and scored on a base hit by Diaz. It was 2-1. They took the lead in the second inning. Whitcomb led with a base hit. Tejada drew a walk. A grounder to third was thrown away. Whitcomb scored. Tejada wound up at third. He scored on the ground ball by Jared Moore. 3-2. Tech never looked back. And then the 5th inning, a walk to Tejada. 6 straight hits after a stolen base by Tejada. Ortega's base hit for an RBI. Jared Moore got a base hit, and he stole second. Diaz singled for 2. Moore singled an RBI. Whitcomb singled for an RBI. Eng followed with a single, but they picked a runner off at third. They got 6 hits in the inning. They scored 5 runs to make it 8-3, and that was the final score. As Tech will go to 8-4, inch a little bit closer to that Tech tournament berth. Tejada walked twice, scored twice. Ortega reached on an error, singled, scored a run, knocked in a run. Jared Moore walked, singled, scored 2, had an RBI. Jordani Diaz, besides pitching outstandingly, had 2 base hits, knocked in 3 and scored a run. Kenny Moore had a base hit, knocked in a run. Bryce Whitcomb had a single for an RBI. Eng had a base hit and did a nice job behind the plate. Whitcomb was on base twice, a hit and a walk, and scored a run. And they led 3-2, but the big 5-run 5th inning was the difference in the game. They pushed the lead to 8-3, and Diaz did the rest, shutting him down on the mound. So Tech will go to 8-4. They'll get a split. Nashoba won't sweep the series against Tech, and Tech stops that 3-game skid that they were going through as they get back on the winning track. They win it 8-3 over Nashoba. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.